It's been quite a week in the Mushroom Kingdom. First it was discovered that there is a gigantic forest close to the kingdom. Then night fell for the first time in decades, and then they noticed a gigantic desert in the middle of the kingdom for the first time as well. But this desert is no ordinary desert, because the desert is filled with ancient, magical ruins. Ruins that are in severe danger of collapsing, because when someone jumps more than 3 times while inside, everything collapses. It looks like we should take a closer look at this. So today we're going to add a new entry onto our dangerous list of evil. Today we're going to take a look at don't jump more than 3 times stages in Super Mario Maker 2. So you ready? Let's do this. Okay, so first let's take a look at a small stage that uses a you only jump thrice detector, and afterwards let's discuss how all of this worked. So here Mario finds himself in the middle of the newly discovered desert, right in front of the entrance to one of those mysterious you only jump thrice ruins. But should Mario really believe the rumors that the floor here disappears as soon as he jumps more than 3 times? I mean, Mario has seen many collapsing floors during his career, more than the average plumber at least, but this floor appears to be pretty solid at first glance. Well, it looks like Mario decided to test this, so he jumps once, twice, thrice, and hooray! The rumors were true and the floor transformed once again into shiny yet deadly coins. Alright, so it looks like Mario really has to... Oh wait, that's not Mario anymore, that's Toad. Looks like Mario has had enough of collapsing floors. Well, I can't blame him. So it looks like Toad has to find a way through this ruin while only jumping 3 times. That wouldn't be that much of a problem if it wasn't for the evil muncher that blocks the exit. But how is Toad supposed to leave this area again? Oh, I see. That's a puzzle. Our clever walking mushroom has to find a way to get this power block to the right while only jumping 3 times. That shouldn't be too hard. All that Toad has to do here is to first transport the power block to the left by activating this platform. Once the power is on the left side, he's able to activate the second platform and hooray! Now Toad is able to reach the power block and to leave the first you only jump thrice ruin. Time for the next one. But what is this? The entrance to the second ruin is blocked. Looks like Toad has to learn a new trick here if he wants to proceed. Let's see. Oh, did you see this? It seems as if Toad's jumps are magically linked to a strange on-off device. Whenever he jumps, the blue blocks appear for a moment and the railway switch changes its state. So if Toad times his jumps carefully here, then the block drops down and opens up the entrance. Now it's only 3 jumps again. Looks like there is a new puzzle hidden within these ruins. It looks like Toad still needs a bit to figure out how everything works here. Well, then let's best give him a second to figure everything out. Looks like he got it. So the first jump is used to get the wonderful seesaw platform to move downwards. The second one is needed in order to change the balance of the seesaw platform, since munchers obviously weigh much more than springs. And the third and final jump is required to push the power block upwards. This finally opens up the path to the third and final you only jump thrice ruin. Hooray! Here is the final only 3 jumps puzzle. But I don't know. That one looks a bit too easy, if you ask me. I mean, Toad obviously has to use his first jump here to get rid of the muncher on top of the platform, since this allows him to transport the bob-omb to the other side. Then he's able to hit the question block with his final jump, which ignites the bob-omb, allows it to do his boom thingy, destroys the block below the power block, triggers the power block, kills the final muncher and opens up the path towards the famous flagpole. I don't know. I kinda like the previous ruin more. Anyway, so how can we track how often Toad jumped? Well, we do it with the help of an incredibly useful and amazing device. We do it with a real-time 2-state counter. So how does a real-time 2-state counter work? Well, it's actually surprisingly simple. This little device is all we need. This little device counts upwards every time a 2-state block changes state and then resets the state of the 2-state block. So the star of this contraption is this little shell. As soon as the game starts, the spring drops onto the shell and the 2 of them become entrapped here. As soon as a 2-state block changes state, this blocking block disappears and the shell hits 1 brick block, then travels back and falls into this hole. Here it resets the state of the 2-state block and afterwards it jumps back into its original position. The whole contraption is now in the same state as before, with the small difference that 1 brick block is gone. So if we activate the device again, and again. Then the next time it becomes active, the shell hits this question block. Inside this question block is a P-switch that gets triggered the 4th time an on-off block is activated, which in our stage destroys the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, that's real-time counting, something we weren't able to do in the original Mario Maker. So all that's left to do is to find a way to transform a jump input into a triggered 2-state block. We do this with simple anti-jump forms. Up there are forms out of sight, set up at such a distance that they wake up as soon as our mushroom hero leaves the ground. That's the whole trick. But there is actually a lot more that we can do with real-time counting. Let's take a look at 2 more quick examples. Here we have a room that can only be entered once. The first time Mario makes his way into this area, he hits his head against this 2-state block, which gets countered by an off-screen 2-state counter. If Mario now tries to enter the room again, the hidden counter activates a P-switch, which means that the floor transforms into shiny yet deadly coins once again. Sorry Mario, you really shouldn't have come back so soon. If we wanted to make it possible to enter this room for 2 or 3 times before the floor collapses, then all we have to do is to add 1 or 2 brick blocks to the 2-state counter at the top. I honestly can't tell you how much I love this little device. That's going to be so incredibly useful. Just one more use case. Here Luigi finds himself in the middle of a haunted house. No idea why it's always Luigi who ends up in the haunted houses. He hates those places. Anyway, so this room follows a very simple rule. Luigi is only allowed to hit the 2-state block 5 times. We even have a visual representation of how often Luigi hit the block in the top left corner. Every time the 2-state block is triggered, a new muncher drops down. Once there are 5 munchers, Luigi used up all his 2-state block tickets, and the next time he hits the block, the floor. Well, I guess you know how this works by now. This is what a 2-state counter looks like. That doesn't reset the state of 2-state blocks. The only difference here is that we added a second dotted line block at the bottom and removed the 2-state block from the side. And suddenly we're able to count without having to reset the 2-state blocks. Hooray! Okay, so that's how don't jump more than 3 time stages and the basics for real-time counting work. Before we wrap this up, just one more thing. So the level we just took a look at is still sitting at 0 plays 24 hours after uploading it. This together with a couple of other things strongly hints that Nintendo has been tinkering heavily with the recommendation algorithm in Mario Maker 2. It's a bit too early to jump to any conclusions. It could be bugged by all we know, but from the looks of it, it currently looks like only levels that got at least 1 like from somewhere start getting recommended. So since I'm sure lots of you are stuck with amazing levels that not a single walking mushroom got to play, I thought it would be a good idea to start a small level exchange, first level hooray, creator helper program in the comments. There's a pinned comment in the comment section. Just post a level you made that got 0 plays so far below it and play a couple of levels that other people posted below, so that the levels at least get a chance to get noticed. There's also an excellent level exchange going on in the Mario Maker Reddit that can help a level to get the crucial first couple of plays. The link is in the description. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and maybe feel especially state changing today and want to hit the subscribe block as well. I hope that all of you have a wonderful day and to see you soon. Goodbye!